What's up, YouTube? Listen, family, class will be in session today. So do me a favor, please consider taking some notes or at least jotting these things down, because next week I want to make sure you kick the week off with a bang with this information. But do me a favor, guys, before we get into it, please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you help this video get at least 1,000 likes. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, guys, today we are going to be unpacking PLTR. I'm going to be bringing out the chart, so please watch this video all the way to the end if you want to take advantage and be on the lookout for what is being set up for this upcoming week. PLTR, ticker symbol PLTR, is sitting at $18.04 at the time of this recording. Listen, family, it is up 142% alone in the last 3 months. That's definitely a double up. I want to say major salute to all my PLTR shareholders who has been in this from an investing standpoint, and those of you that trade this and has made money in this throughout the year. But check this out, guys. We're up over 140%. Over the past month, we are up 18%. Okay. And look at this, guys. The previous high was 1873. We're below that currently at 1804. And then the new high is $20. And I often talk and teach you guys about the importance of a 3-test rule. When stocks get to a new high, what they do. Today we'll be unpacking that because I need to show you something. And then check this out, guys. In the past week, PLTR was down 7%. Okay, and so this brings me to the point of today's lesson and what I want to teach you guys on today about why I teach you the fact that when stocks get to a new high, they typically get rejected. And so you need to know that, because a lot of times you're missing a huge money making opportunity by not knowing and understanding this little consistent nuance in the stock market with all stocks. Okay, that's why I teach you guys every day support and resistance, and I go over the same lessons so that you can understand. Coach tells us the money is in the charts. He's trying to teach us how to make our first 25,000, how to make our first 100K, because if we can learn how to fish and we can learn the tendencies of these stocks, we can be the one to take advantage of a 7% drop. Watch this. I can guarantee this was $20. Look at this. Yep. It hit $20. That was the new high. That was a new 52-week high. That was also resistance. Okay. And that resistance, the first time you touch it, you get rejected. All right. And so if you guys can start understanding that, you guys can start making a killing. I'm talking about a boatload of money in a matter of minutes. It hit 20, and look at this. The very next day, it fell from 20 down to 1853. Now, in our world of trading, that is a huge move, okay? And then from 1853, it fell down to 18. Today's video, I'm going to teach you about where it's headed next. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, guys, for today's lesson, I'm bringing out the 1 hour chart because they are setting some traps that you need to be familiar with, okay? And trap number 1 is this gap fill up here at the $20 level, okay? We're going to call that a gap. And then trap number 2 is this little settle gap that most people overlook, this gap right here. And then trap number 3 is this gap right here. Okay, now check it out. I oftentimes teach you that all gaps will be filled at some point in time. Okay, and so right here, I just gave you guys a $20,000 play. If you can just understand alone, these gaps will be filled. Now the trap is being set because number 1, they have earnings on Monday. Okay, so on earnings, they can use earnings to manipulate the market. They can either choose to fill the gap to the upside or the downside. Let's go ahead and unpack this. All right, now check it out. With the stock closing here, all right, the most likelihood that it will close this gap that's right here. This will be target number 1, okay? This is the destination we're looking for it to test. Now from here, watch this, guys. Look at these different setups. Okay, you need to be doing this work over the weekend because this is where the money is at. If we fill this gap right here, that'll be right at this level. look at what this would be forming. 1, 2, and potentially a triple bottom. And triple bottom leads to a move to the upside, which would take us where? Back to $20. Okay, so check this out, guys. That is one scenario that could play out. They could just go for the quick gap fill and use positive earnings, a earnings beat, a revenue beat to take the stock back to the $20 level. And if you get to 20, momentum will flow in, money will flow in, excitement will flow in, and guess what? That'll push us to $25. Okay, that's one scenario. All right, now let's get back in our bag. All right, scenario number 2 could take place where you see us shoot up to, this could be a double bottom right here. Okay, and we may shoot right up to the $20 range again, only to see this has poor results at earnings, and then they crash it back down to fill this gap down here. Okay, that's a scenario that I want you guys to also be familiar with. Okay, these things can happen. The market can move in irrational ways, and so you need to be mindful. Okay, now let's get back in our bag again. Let me clear this out so you guys can see these things taking place. All right, when you have this on the table, you guys need to understand. All right, we're sitting right here. Okay, we broke through this support. We got a gap fill right here. Okay, if we go down further because the rest of the market is selling off, we can go right down to test this 1691 level right here. It's probably going to overshoot, and then that's going to help us close this gap right there. Okay, guys, that's how that works, and these are the scenarios you want to be on the lookout for. So if with Apple earnings taking place, and because Apple holds so much weight, they are now turning the tide for the market to begin coming down. Okay, so if that overweighs good earnings, if that overweighs earnings beat, we pop up and then we crash right back down, understand Palantir will come down to that $16 level to close that gap. Okay, then we got CPI coming out at the end of the week. They may use that, if it comes in our favor, to either boost the stocks back to the upside. Okay, these are all things you want to be just conceptualizing and thinking about on your journey as it relates to making money in the market. Okay, we don't guess, we don't gamble, we react. So none of us know, but we come to the table with a game plan each and every week saying, if this happens, then that may take place. If this, then that. Simply put. Okay, and so you have 3 or 4 scenarios you may play through your head, like, okay, this may be what's going on. Let me get in here. Let me have my stop loss set here. Let me get in here on a move to the upside. Coach has told us that resistance is at 20. And so if we are at 20, let me just assume we may not go higher than 20 for right now, and we may pull back. These are the type of things you want to be thinking about. I often talk about the importance of being flexible and nimble in this game, because you can't just get one track minded, stuck in one mode, and think that that's going to work out. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to make adjustments. Similar to a skilled boxer, you want to make adjustments as you see how things are unfolding. Okay, so listen, guys, I wanted to break that down. I wanted to pull out the charts. I wanted to give you a two-way outlook of where this stock could potentially be going. We could be filling a gap to the upside or the downside, or they can do both. Okay, they can shoot it up, bring it right back down. They can shoot it down and bring it right back up. You never know. That's why I want you to have a plan. Okay, earnings are difficult to play. That's why sometimes I just let the dust settle and see how it plays out, because then you kind of know, okay, if earnings miss and the stock go down, then I already know it's going down to fill the gap fill, and it's easy. You just buy a put, you ride it down, you make the money. If earnings beats and we go up, okay, we may go close the gap, but if the overall market, I'm talking about tech, the big 7, if they begin to come down, they're going to bring little Palantir down too. So even after an up move, eventually the next day, the same day, later on in the day, it's going to come down as well, okay? These are how the market likes to move. The more you have time in the seat, the more you understand these things. This is why I often say, guys, it takes around 2.5 years to truly understand how to master the stock market, how to master trading, how to master the behaviors and the fluctuation of the market. That's why you have to show up each and every day. That's why you have to like and subscribe and make sure you watch these videos and watch these lessons that are being taught and facilitated on a daily basis, okay? With that being said, guys, let's get ready to make some money this week, regardless of what Palantir does, okay? To the upside, we already know we're looking for 20 to 25 if we go higher. To the downside, that's an opportunity to buy more shares because this stock has more room to go. I've already helped you guys double your money in this anyway. It is potentially going higher upon good earnings and upon us pulling back short term, okay? That's just par for the course. That's just something we have to do anyway after a huge run up, okay? We up 140% just in the last 3 months alone. We need to cool off so we can get more momentum to go back higher, okay? That is how this goes, and that's how I want you guys to approach this game, okay? With that type of mindset, all right? So with that being said, man, let's get ready for a phenomenal week. Watch this video 2 or 3 times if you need to. Go over it yourself. That lesson came from the 1 hour chart, so that you can see the traps that they're trying to set. And sometimes if you go through different time frames, you can see other things that they're trying to do. Remember, it's one big puzzle piece. You start at the 1 day or 1 week and you work your way down to the 2-minute level so that you can see the minute-to-minute moves, and then you can see the macro moves. And it helps you guys just get a big overall picture of what the stock is actually trying to do from a price action and technical perspective, okay? Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this added value to your life. If so, please make sure you like and subscribe. Listen, guys, we make videos like this every day. So if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result. Very few consider the journey. Do me a favor. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stock using my link below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.